Hey guys, well, welcome to another episode of the Maestro, and in this one I'm going to be profiling a young lady that I have just come to know over the last year or so, and I can tell you she's really making a name for herself both up on the mountain, in the LA motorcycling community, and most recently as a marketing spokesperson and model. She just got back from a major 5-day shoot up in Portland, Oregon, where she was ripping around on motorcycles and modeling the latest motorcycle gear. So it's a good thing I got her booked now, because I don't think I would be able to get her on the calendar anytime soon. Anyway, introducing Lisa and the Harley Davidson. And as always, guys, if you would be so kind, give us a like, a subscribe. It's real easy to do. Just hit the like button. Thanks. And as we admire Lisa's riding position, look at that. Just smooth, clean, perfect line, perfect body position on this Harley XR1200. All right, here we go. Enjoy. Okay, so here we are, home sweet home at Newcomb's ranch with Lisa and the famous XR1200 Harley Davidson. And this is Lisa's bike. So an unlikely duo. We have Lisa, who is all of, well, just over 100 pounds, and the Harley Davidson, which is 560 pounds or something like that? 560. And you're going to see what this young lady can do on this incredible bike. So Lisa, tell us a little bit about you and your XR1200.
Yeah, so I got this about a year ago, so I'm still pretty new to, I guess, riding this kind of pace. I got it a year ago. I was super nervous of the Crest. I was super nervous of just riding fast in general. I didn't understand trail braking. I didn't understand apexing. I didn't know lines. So I kind of showed up to the Shell station, met all these crazy maniacs up here, and just kept riding with them and learning through them. And eventually I started getting really fast on this thing. And I mean, many of you guys might be wondering why I chose this. I just came from the Harley world, cruiser world, and I found out about this crazy thing that Harley put together, and I figured, why not? They had an AMA series. I can ride it the same way they did. So I bring it up here. I kick some ass sometimes. Other times people get me, but it's a Harley at the end of the day. But yeah, now I take her road racing in Baja, Mexico. I have some titles under my belt, and yeah, I'm like, I really love this bike.
It's incredible to watch you on this bike, and it's the most unlikely thing. I don't think I could ride this bike as fast as you ride this bike. And so we're gonna go in and chat a little bit, and we have some video of you both from a rear-facing camera and a front-facing camera, and I think all you guys out there will be pretty amazed at what this beautiful young lady can do on this. Well, let's just call it the Harley sport bike. All right, yep. Let's go figure it out. Okay, so as we're following Lisa back up the mountain, she's not only quick, but she's a quick study. Look at the clean, smooth, flowing lines, and she's just carrying speed, because the Harley at 560 pounds, and I don't know how many horsepower, 70 horsepower we'll call it, is something that you cannot miss an apex, or you cannot miss a corner. You gotta just be smooth and flowing. So here we go, Lisa going up the mountain. Enjoy, guys. So here we are. We are at Newcomb's Ranch, and Lisa, otherwise known as Liz, and your professional racing name, right? Actually lives up here at Newcomb's, and she's kind of watching over the place along with Tank, her better half, or she's the better half, but Tank is her lesser half. And they are keeping Newcomb's going and really creating a community up here. As more and more people know that you're here, and we're able to hang out inside a little bit and keep watch on the place. So you're just a great addition to the motorcycling community.
Appreciate that.
No, it's just a great to see you, and you're on this Harley Davidson XR1200. It's almost cartoonish to see a pretty young lady like yourself riding this massive, you know, some people would call it a tank, but it's Harley's.
It's heavy. It's heavy.
It's heavy. So a tank might be a good name, but it also is just Harley's sport answer of 10 years ago, and it's you. It's who you are. This is your heritage, and this is how you came up, and you've adapted your cruiser background to sport riding, and so you've combined the both. So tell us a little bit about, you know, your experience with this incredible motorcycle.
Yeah. So I came from the cruiser world. I think I mentioned that earlier. So I went from a Honda Rebel 300 to an Iron 883, and then I was hanging out with these guys and confused where I want to go, because I knew I wanted to go fast, but I wasn't sure which bike I wanted, because there were so many different sport bike models, and there's like, someone told me get an R3, someone told me get this, Gixxer, da-da-da-da, and then someone came into my job at Bike Shed and told me that Harley makes like a sport bike kind of thing from 2009 to 2011, and it was called the XR1200. And I have never heard of that bike. And a lot of people don't know about this bike, which is pretty surprising. They see it, they're like, that's a Harley? I'm like, yeah, it's crazy. Like, I didn't know this was a thing either. And when I saw it, I instantly knew, no questions asked. 2 weeks later, I ended up buying this thing. And boy, it was hard, because I came from flat footing most bikes in the cruiser world to a bike that's not really tall for a lot of people, but it's tall for me because I'm 5'3". So the challenging part was the height, and
the weight.
Yeah, the weight.
And the fact that it has no brakes.
Yeah, it was.
And no power. But other than that, it's the perfect sport bike. No, but you do so well on it, and it's just great to see a different variety. I love the Italian stuff, and if it's Italian, I like it. I don't have a drop of Italian blood in me, but I've just got such an affection for anything Italian, and so that's the thing in the motorcycle community. We all have the different personalities and different things, and in motorcycles you can have this wide variety, yet we all have this passion in common, and you have it bad, the passion, because you ride well, you love riding. Originally you came up with a woman's motorcycle club. Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, the Litas.
The Litas.
Yes, so when I first started riding, I found this community called the Litas. They're like a collective. They're all over the world. So I ended up, they're not really a club. They're like a collective, because they don't want to be like club style.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
okay.
No, it's okay. When I first started riding, I didn't know anybody. I didn't know much, so I ended up riding with them, and they definitely helped boost my confidence a lot, especially as a woman. As you know, it is a male-dominated industry. There are a lot of women in SoCal, but it's still a small percentage. So I ended up riding with them. We did a lot of farther trips, camping trips, but they weren't necessarily fast canyon riders. I did that on my own time, because I used to work by the beach. I used to ride the canyons by myself because I used to be terrified of it. Like most people, like
when they
Maestro,
start out, right?
What Maestro mentioned earlier, you get freaked out because it's something different. You know, your bike's leaning over.
You think you're gonna fall off.
Yeah, it feels like you're gonna fall off, and then the braking is weird and all of it. So they definitely helped me. And then I kind of branched off and started doing my own thing at some point, because I was more into learning how to like be a better rider. They did have some courses, slow speed stuff, but I wanted to like branch more and like dip my toe into different worlds.
And so you were into the bike motorcyclist community. You loved it. You wanted to work in the motorcycle industry. And so while you were still in college and you were taking computer science in college, right? And you graduated with a degree in computer science, right?
Arts.
In arts, okay.
I switched over.
Because of AI, you thought AI is going to take over IT.
AI took over that. So.
But while you were in college, you found work at the Bike Shed, right? Which is this super great LA-based, it's actually London and LA, motorcycling, restaurant, social gathering place, right?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your experience at the Bike Shed.
So to backtrack, I used to work at a gym, and I was so involved in the motorcycle community. I knew motorcycles was something I wanted to keep on pursuing, so I wanted to work in the motorcycle industry. So I ended up going to a Harley dealership first, and then I moved on to Bike Shed, and I didn't know anything about Bike Shed until they moved to LA. And when I found out about them, I instantly wanted to work there, and I nailed it, got in, and I learned so much working there. I still work there, but it's just so many different kinds of bikes, so many different kinds of people. I'm like super grateful that I'm there, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have met all these awesome people, especially some of the sponsors. I got some sponsors working there, and it's just been super awesome. So
and all kinds of people. I mean, urban bikers, sport bikers, cruiser bikers.
You get
just classic bikers.
Yeah.
I mean, just.
And I learned so much. Like working on Harley was awesome, but you're working with one bike manufacturer, and that's all you're learning about. And as soon as I went to Bike Shed, I didn't even know Moto Guzzi was a thing. Royal
One of my
Enfield,
favorites.
Royal Enfield. Then I started learning about sport bikes and just like ADV bikes, Tenerays, little like Groms. It's just there's so many. I love it because it's such a variety.
Right.
And because of that, I just like expanded my knowledge.
And it's just a great place to hang out and
meet people,
motorcyclists of all kinds of different.
And fun fact, that's how I found out about this bike, because a stranger walked in and told me about this at Bike Shed. So I thank him every day I see him. He comes in sometimes.
Really?
I'm like, look what I'm doing. I'm like, because of you.
Now, in the last year or so, you've actually been doing some competition on this bike, right? Tell us a little bit about that.
So, in total I've been riding for 5 years, and then I've been, riding fast for a year, and I got my race license a year ago in hopes to race for Baja Tarmac Racing, which is a real road racing in Baja, Mexico, and it's basically Pikes Peak, but in Mexico. Because as you know, Pikes Peak stopped having motorcycles participate. Right. I don't know what year that they stopped that.
I think like 5 years ago. I think it was something like that. Yeah, it was not that long ago.
So now they basically have that out there, and I did it was technically my first race ever. I mean, we did a mock race through the race license, but my first road race was in October of, I think, 2024. Yeah. Okay. And that was crazy.
So just this past October.
Yeah.
And how well did you do?
I did pretty good. So my goal was to be the fastest woman out there and then set the fastest Harley record, which was easy because no one's riding Harleys the way I am. So I set that. That was my first goal. I mean, my second goal. My first goal was to be the fastest woman. It's really hard to convince women to go race out there, especially as we do. I'm comfy with it, the same with you are. We're used to riding a little faster up here in the canyon. So there just wasn't a lot of women to compete with out there. And I mean, I don't know if we want to go down the rabbit hole on this, but
so you were the fastest woman.
Yes,
clearly. That doesn't
at the end of the day,
right.
I got the fastest woman out there, which was super hard because I felt like I pushed myself mentally and emotionally and physically because it's really hard, like racing compared to up here. Like you're at the front grid and you want to win, but you also don't want to crash because you're in Mexico too. So it was like super hard battle, and also like I was still like kind of comfy with the bike, not really. Now I feel like I'm pretty confident, a lot more now. I mean, as time progresses, you get more confident.
Okay, of
but
course.
At that time, it was like the most craziest thing I've ever done. But the environment I was used to.
So how did you do overall in the race?
I I don't know overall what place I was overall, but I know there was different classes. I was in heavyweight, which heavyweight was hard because, as you know, there wasn't a Harley separate class. So I was thrown in with like a Ducati Multistrada and like a Hayabusa, which the Multistrada beat me for big much. But I was second place heavyweight.
Second place?
Yes, heavyweight, yeah.
So you podiumed in your very first race.
I did, yeah.
I mean, that's outstanding.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That was very good.
Yeah. So,
excellent.
Yeah, that was a really cool feeling, and it was so relieving at the top, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. And it was cool to come home knowing that like I accomplished something, especially on this thing, and people think it's, even showing up, it was the funniest thing ever. Everyone looked at this like, there's no way. There's like,
and they look at you, and they look at this, and they say, what is happening?
And it was funny because when I showed up, they thought it was like whatever, right? And then we go do practice and qualifying run, and they come back and they're like, holy shit, how the hell are you doing that? And
I ask myself that all the time.
I ended up beating like a lot of like guys' times, and they're like surprised themselves. And it's like sometimes I don't even know how to respond. I'm like, I don't know how I do it. I just do it. But I mean, seat time. But yeah, it was.
You've got the gene. We call it the gene, right? It's the go fast gene, and you've got the gene, and you do very well, and you don't ride over your head, and you're smooth, and you've got the Maestro philosophy of smooth and clean and neat and fast. Yeah. So let me just go. So from what I understand, starting tomorrow, you are embarking on a pretty exciting career / adventure. Yeah. Tell us about that.
So, my career, obviously, I know I said I want to go into the motorcycle industry. So I've been trying to work on doing a lot of motorcycle gigs. So I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say it yet, but I am doing I'm a talent rider for a motorcycle company. And they're flying me out to Portland for 4 days, and I'm riding their bike around, and they're taking photos and videos of me. And yeah, that's what.
So you're going to be in advertising, marketing, promotional
I'm
type
like their
of stuff.
talent rider. They called me and they're like, "You hit everything we want." Right now they're trying to target younger audiences, and I do notice that. And sometimes in the motorcycle marketing stuff, tends to be a lot older people. And the new generation is obviously the younger generation, and you gotta convince them to ride motorcycles. That's how you're gonna keep getting new customers all the time. The old people are gonna keep getting older. That's how the Harley thing is.
Wonder how that works.
The Harley community tends to be older, right?
Right.
So it's really hard to grasp them. Which they're lucky. I love their bike, except it's old. So if they make another one like this, which they have, but it's like the XR1200, and it's only sold in Australia. But,
oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. But if they may...
Harley should step up and give you a nice little...
Yeah,
arm.
If they decide to.
Right.
The issue is, no one wants to buy it. That's why this was such a small window when they, sold them and whatever. Everyone kicked rocks, and now they're sought out for whatever. So, I lost the train of thought.
Well, you're talking about your advertising and marketing. So that's very exciting. So
that's the direction I want to go, and hopefully I keep on doing fun marketing stuff like that. And
so if anybody out there, Dainese, Harley Davidson, Suzuki, Moto Guzzi, whoever, give Liz a call, and we'll connect you guys, and you're going to get a great representative for your product who is talented and has great personality and everything else that comes along with doing what you need to do to promote your product. So, all right. Well, I mean, I love your story. It's fascinating. But what we really should be doing is taking this out and going up the hill and down the hill and show for folks what actually can happen when Liz puts her body on this incredible motorcycle. So ready?
Yep. It's funny. People don't believe this thing goes fast.
No, they don't.
It's so funny. I'm at the bottom at the station, or even at work. I talk to people, And I'm like, oh yeah, I show them a picture of my bike and they're, you go fast? And I'm like, yeah, but I feel like they don't truly understand.
There's no way they could truly understand, and they wouldn't believe it, as they say, unless they see it. Yeah. And we're going to show it to them right now.
Let's go.
All right? Let's do it.
Cool. Awesome.
I think that worked.
Cool. That wasn't bad.
Well, you're talking about your advertising and marketing. So that's very exciting. So
yeah, that's where the direction I want to go, and hopefully I keep on doing fun marketing stuff like that. And
so if anybody out there, Dainese, Harley Davidson, Suzuki, Moto Guzzi, whoever, give Liz a call, and we'll connect you guys, and you're going to get a great representative for your product who is talented and has great personality and everything else that comes along with doing what you need to do to promote your product. So, all right. Well, I mean, I loved your story. It's fascinating, but what we really should be doing is taking this out and going up the hill and down the hill and show for folks what actually can happen when Liz puts her body on this incredible motorcycle. So ready?
Yep. It's funny, people don't believe this thing goes fast.
No, they don't.
It's so funny. I'm at the bottom at the station, or even at work, I talk to people and I'm like, oh yeah, I show them a picture of my bike and they're, you go fast? And I'm like, yeah, but I feel like they don't truly understand.
There's no way they could truly understand, and they wouldn't believe it, as they say, unless they see it. And we're going to show it to them right now.
Let's go.
All right? Let's do it.